Welcome, everybody. My name is Dan C. Bearded, and this is Beard Advice Live. A little bit different today, but we still have a show no matter what, whether it's vacation, family, sickness, you guys know the deal. Essentially, the premise of this show is people send in pictures of their beard and let us know what advice they're looking for, whether it's styling, whether it's trimming, just overall helping to reach their goal. Now, it is normally back home in my studio, which is we're right now in Columbus, Ohio, on a family trip, soccer, a little bit of work, a little bit of play. But also, it's normally, depending on the week, with my best friend, aka my beautiful wife, Sam C. Starting next week, we should be fully back to normal. The late soccer practices are over, and we have the ability to kind of have a consistent schedule. Hopefully, who knows? In the command household, it's always crazy, but that is the plan. Thank you guys for being here. And yes, I am on my phone. I am on an Airbnb. If you guys were not here on Monday, this is our first time as a family booking our own Airbnb, and we're really liking it. It's been a lot of fun. So appreciate everybody coming in, and look at right here. 30 Spray J says, okay, first time here, recommended by True North. Man, that's really cool. You guys, sharing and hitting the thumbs up genuinely make a difference. So True North, Chris and Tara, the whole True North crew, thank you guys for sharing this out. If anybody else would like to share this to their social media or contact somebody personally, I would appreciate it. I really enjoy this show, and having more people only makes it feel that much better. And we can help out more beards sincerely. So thank you guys. But please understand, the show normally has a little bit of a higher level production value. However, the information's the same. The people are the same. It's usually a little bit better with my wife here as well. But we're going to have a great show tonight, everybody. I am very, very, very excited. So shout out to Jay. Shout out to anybody that shared. And if everybody could, real quick, hit that thumbs up, or at least look down below to see if you hit the thumbs up. There's a huge benefit to showing YouTube that good things are going on right now. And thank you to you guys. I saw some people getting a little bit crazy in the chat beforehand, like before the teacher enters the classroom. I see you guys. Don't you worry. I got your names down on a list. And Deadman says, I'll be on, but may not see every note. Working on the website and some upcoming product launches. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I know. I gotta get the whole beard in picture, but yeah, unfortunately can't get the beard in. That's okay. That's all right. We'll have a half beard kind of fun night tonight. And yeah, man, the Airbnb has been amazing. Literally zero complaints. The owner's been great. The house is beautiful, and it's just nice to have a full kitchen. It's nice to have the kids ate breakfast and dinner here today, which is when you're on vacation or on like a trip and stuff. That's pretty awesome. And it's just been really nice to have space. I don't have to deal with a lobby and an elevator and parking. We have a driveway. There's so many little things about an Airbnb that make it really, really nice. And hey, Jacob, the soccer camp's been awesome. If you guys are unfamiliar, we're in Columbus. A couple of reasons. We're watching some pro soccer games. We saw the crew beat Aston Villa, and then we're going to watch Man City and Chelsea train on Friday and then play on Saturday. But the main reason is my son Maddox has a soccer camp with the Columbus crew. It's been every day this week, and it's Thursday and Friday as well. It's been fantastic. He's had the best time. They do like rap battles at lunch. They do competitions. Man, it's been really cool. Yeah, really, really cool. And Ari says, a lot of people hate on the Airbnb experience. I've always had a good time. You just have to be smart about it. For sure, man. It's tough when you listen to reviews, when you listen to hype, when you listen to feedback. As someone that does reviews for a living, you got to understand user error, right? If you're reading about a product and someone's like, this is crap, but you know it's great, how did they use it? You know, what is going on here? So I couldn't agree more with you, Ari. That is absolutely huge. Yeah, absolutely huge. You got to be smart. Know the listing, know the neighborhood, know the reviews. Use common sense. And Sam plans all this stuff, and she's masterful at this one. And G Squared says, how did I realize this is, the penultimate episode of 200? Yeah, we're at episode 199 of Beard Advice Live. Once again, not missing. We do this consecutive, guys. We're always here for you, and it's an absolute honor. Next week will be episode 200. I'm sure we'll have some fun back at home and do something big. So no doubt. And if you guys could, just a reminder, hit that thumbs up, man. It is always appreciated. It goes down the shoelaces. Well, I'm sitting on a stool, so it might be near the shoelaces for sure, for sure. And G squared says, need the positive vibes today as our family cat. Me and my parents passed away suddenly, 15 years. Ah, man, I'm so sorry to hear that, G squared. We have some older cats as well, 14 years. So oh man, that's a family member. So here for you, dude. Yep, absolutely here for you. And no hidden cameras. So that is the good news. that is the good news. I want to see Nancy throw down a, hey, I've been challenging Scuba to a rap battle, aka Beard Tube, if you guys are unfamiliar. I've been challenging him to a rap battle for literally years. Yep, literally years. So yeah, I'm excited. Chores and hidden fees. Yeah, there's definitely pros and cons when you weigh a hotel versus an Airbnb, and so I can understand that. Hidden fees were substantial. We saw a listing price, and then once we put the purchase through, it's like, oh, whoa, this is a whole lot more than what it's listed for. And then yeah, of course, you have to leave the house in a state in which you found it. So there's definitely some pros and cons to it. Yeah, I got 5 on it. That's right. That's right. What's up, Bristol in Maine? Welcome, 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 you guys. All right. Awesome. And hey, Jay, just so you know and how anybody knows, I'm not able, I have to actually like make the show and produce the show. So I'm not able to add anything that's in real time. So if you guys send in starting now, all the way until next week's show, you will be on next week. And as Jay just said, he emailed. How did he find that? Well, it's pinned in the chat and it's in the description. All you got to do is email beardadvicelive@gmail.com and you're in 100% for free. Just give us a couple pictures of your beard or one if that's enough, and then let us know, hey, man, I'm working on my sides. Should I trim here? What tools should I be using? Anything like that. And we got you covered. Beardadvicelive@gmail.com. And on this show, if you guys are unaware, we do questions that you guys can ask anything about. Mainly, they happen to be beard questions. However, if you want to ask about life, just general stuff, parenting, coaching, teaching, relationships, I can't tell you my advice is good, but I will share my thoughts and give you some advice. And even better than that, we'll have people in the chat that'll be able to share their well-rounded thoughts, experiences, and perspectives as well. So just something to keep in mind. Yeah, cool, Jay. Thanks for coming in, man. Yep, absolutely. And we are live every Wednesday, you guys. Every single Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a great show tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And if you do have questions, I'll do my best. Hey, frickin' Freck. I'll do my best, JP, to grab them and save them for the question segment. However, if you just want to hold on until that point, that's great as well. But I promise we will get to all the questions. We have a beautiful amount of entries tonight and hopefully more next week and beyond there. Man, this is going to be awesome. Hey, Randy says, glad you're here, bro. Stick around. Dan and Sam have great advice. This community is very supportive. Thank you. And yes, if you guys are new here, Sam will be back next week, and those late Wednesday practices should be done. Yeah, should be done. So yeah, I definitely appreciate it here. John comes in and says, I'm not going to say sorry, but I was not being rude. I would like someone told me that my beard needed to be trimmed, and again, not being mean. So what John's referring to here, guys, and this is just kind of a cool, like little just perspective game, right? Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. I did my video today. If you guys haven't caught it, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And in the video, I talk about something that many people don't think about, and it harms their beard. And John, I would never call someone out, but John's putting it out there in the comments. John responded as a comment and simply said something along the lines of, hey, Dan, your beard needs to be trimmed. So let's see it. We can see if we can find it. Just because there's things that people don't think about perspective wise, and this is something that for me at least is kind of an important aspect. So let's see here. All right. Okay. Got it from John. All right. So here is John's comment. And again, to each their own, but just a little bit of perspective from my side of things here. Oh, it went and did it in 2 comments. All right, let me see if I can do this instead. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Got it. Okay, no scrolly. Let's add that banner. Still too big. Dang. Okay. Let's see if we can get that one off. I don't know if they're. Trim the beard. Okay. Okay, let's see. We can probably do it in two parts here, but we got the comments on it. All right, so here's John's comment that he says he is not being rude on. And again, I just want to share so we're all on the same page. He says, "Hello, I watched your video on the nails and calluses. I noticed you need to trim up your beard to match up, and you and people won't be able to see through it. I'm not bashing you. I am saying you do that and it will look better." Okay. So, perspective here, just like a life approach on this one. My response to John was, "Hey man, thanks for comment essentially. In this video, it was not about beard styling. It was not about beard trimming. It was not about beard appearance. It wasn't about my beard at all. And nowhere in the video did I ask for feedback or perspective or advice on my beard style or my beard trimming. And I simply said, I happen to think my beard looks really good right now." So for me, a big pet peeve of mine personally, and I try to never do this, and I know other people do, and that's fine, is unsolicited advice, right? If you click a YouTube video, you are choosing to pick that video, right? And when you are doing that, you're soliciting that advice. You're asking for it. If you send in the Beard Advice Live, you're looking for advice. You are asking for advice. I don't give advice unless people ask me, right? Do I see beards all the time, right? Do I see beards all the time that I would personally have some advice to give them? Literally every single day. But I don't because I believe that is rude. I personally don't like when people go up and tell someone advice that they didn't ask for, especially when you tell somebody in here, I notice you need to trim your beard up to match. No. No, nobody needs to do anything. That is not a need. Okay. So we got that, right? And you and people won't be able to see through. Okay. And he says, I'm not bashing you. I'm saying you do that and it will look better. It will look better in your opinion, right? It will look better in your situation. What if it was a styling thing that day? John, what if it wasn't actually trimming that needed to be adjusted? What if it was a long day of playing outside, coaching, wrestling with your kids, and maybe the beard sat a little bit different? See where you're getting there? And then he comes in and his comment was that he wasn't rude and that he's not going to apologize. Nope, never asked for an apology. Just sharing perspective on unsolicited advice. And yes, it is definitely 80% humidity here in Michigan as well. So just perspective on how stuff can be taken. If Dan wants your opinion, he'll give it. So yes, just a little bit of perspective. Imagine going around and seeing every beard that you don't think is in tip-top shape or is looking its absolute best that day and saying, hey, go trim that, go do this, go do that, when they didn't ask you. Very different situation than a Beard Advice Live show where people send in asking for advice. So yes, just consider that. And Justin, you're right, man. Justin says, sometimes messages come off wrong. I'm bad about that. I take things the wrong way. But that's why words matter, right? And especially if it's in text, all you have are words. You don't have tone. You don't have inflection. If they don't use emojis, if they don't use the smiley faces, it's really hard to tell where they're going with it. And then to put it down on that one, Justin, you're exactly right. Until you get a follow-up message that says, they are not going to apologize and they are not being rude and doubling down. So for sure things can get taken bad until that happens. So yes, and that's exactly right. And you're exactly right, Randy. When you guys give advice, is he in the chat tonight? Yeah, no, I only say that, Michael, because he commented. He commented in here. So the only reason why I said it was because he brought it up. I would never bring that up, of course. But you're exactly right. You don't know what kind of mood someone's in when you're giving advice, especially unsolicited, right? If somebody's not in a mood to hear something constructive about them, what if it was an insecurity of theirs that they're working through? What if it was a problem that's been driving them crazy and you just drove that knife into it? Man, that's tough. That's really, really, really tough. And so it's just something to consider. Yeah, just something to consider. Like you said, you don't know how many people are taking in comments. Yeah, but John, you directed it at me, not other people. And again, it wasn't asked for. It wasn't in general. You didn't say, hey, in general, beards that are transparent, hey, do this in situations. So yeah. Robert says, my unsolicited opinion is your beard looks great. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So yes, emojis are important, man. I actually just asked Sam the other day. I was like, I wonder if they have like a boomer chart for like emoji or texting translations, like to let people know the different translations. So yeah, yep. And Ty's right here. If you think you said it wrong, delete and try again. Now, for me, I'm of course super dialed into this as I was a teacher. If you're a teacher and you write emails or you respond or have any kind of interactions, you better have that buttoned up tight and know exactly what you're saying. Otherwise, don't send it. I can't tell you the amount of parent emails that I wrote a draft response and then deleted. Wrote a draft response and then deleted because it just wasn't right. Yeah, just wasn't right. And so just again, I heard a good, I like that one. Don't be loud and wrong. That's a good line. I've never heard that one. Don't be loud and wrong. Ken, I'm going to star your question. I think that's a great one. I'm going to come back to that and we're going to have a good discussion on it. So yeah, absolutely. The Grumpy Vlogger, love that name, man. He said, I'm 68 years old, growing my first beard. That said, I wish my beard looked as great and full as yours. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We'll get you there. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt about it. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Okay. Yeah. Right. And definitely emojis can mean different things. Yeah, that is for sure. If you don't know, stick to like the faces. stick to the faces. Yeah, 24-hour rule is always a good one as well, Jim. Yep, definitely a good one. My Twitter drafts are wild. Yeah, drafts, just be careful. Sometimes it might be better to save them in a note. Just save them in a note because, yeah, it can make a difference. But I thought that was a good lesson. And again, I would have never said a word, but he came in and doubled down and said, I'm not going to apologize. I wasn't being rude. Well, okay, all right. To each their own, but just a consideration on unsolicited advice, especially on situations, again, where they're letting you know and then you double down and say, I wasn't rude. Okay, all right. There's two sides to each street. And so you gotta understand that. Oh, nice. Tony says he pays for Twitter Blue so he can delete stuff. That's hilarious. And yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail on the emoji classes, but an eggplant is not often used to signal what was in the salad or in the hibachi for the night. So yes. Ooh, Sarah, very well said. Very well said. Sarah says, difference between intending to be rude and being perceived as rude. And there's another quote that kind of backs that up. Perception is reality. Right. So yes, I love that, Sarah. Spot on. Difference between intending to be rude and being perceived as rude. Yep, I like that. I like that one. That one's definitely a good one. I write all my rants. Handwriting. Yeah, handwriting's powerful for sure. Yeah. Hibachi's what they're calling that now. Yeah. It could be some slang on that one. and some slang on that one. That is hilarious. You guys are good. Man, that's funny. Oh man. I inherited my dad's lack of emoji skill. I'm 25, but wield them like 100-year-old. Oh man. That is good. See, yeah. John's putting an example in the chat here. I'm just, you guys can look that. Yes, definitely. All right. We're not going to go down that slippery slope. No point. All right. Moving on here. I don't feel like there's anything I can say on this emoji side of the combo that's gonna come out with the right way. So we will be moving on. Michael says emojis are confusing. I still don't know if it's a turd or chocolate ice cream. Yeah, yep. Ooh, Miles, great question. I have starred your question. We will hit. Yeah, I did say slippery. I don't know what I was going with on that one. Miles, I have starred your question. That's a good one, man. We will. Uh, all right, guys, let's go ahead and check out what we have for our today. Beard Advice Live. Beard Advice Live here. And we do have a sponsor to highlight, an amazing one here. You guys are still talking about poop in the chat. Oh my goodness. All right. Please give a special shout out welcome to our sponsor tonight. You guys know them, you guys love them. And this is Deadman's Beard Co. They're listening. They're listening in the background, but they're working on some business stuff, so they might not be able to get to the comment immediately. So keep that in mind. Ooh, MG, man, you guys got a bunch of good questions already. I have starred those. If you guys have any feedback about Deadman's, feel free to share it in the chat. No pressure, though. Nobody has to by any means, but please do. Why isn't there a fart emoji? There is. It's the like wind, the puff of like smoke or whatever is used as that. So Command 15 is your affiliate discount code from this great company, you guys. I'll put up a little scrolly at the bottom for the sponsor. And I will drop a link in the chat if you guys want to check out their company. Genuinely amazing, amazing stuff. Quickly, I was going to say fastly, but I don't think that's appropriate. Quickly becoming one of my most obsessive companies. And you guys know I don't talk like that. You know I don't say things like that. It is, oh man, there's a lot I can say on this company, but it's just becoming amazing. Yeah, Jay, the nice thing about emojis is they're versatile. You can use them in a couple of different ways. Swiftly becoming one of my most used and one of my most obsessed companies, you guys. Here's their carrier blend real quick. Argan jojoba, baobab, broccoli seed, emu, meadow foam, avocado, castor, rice bran, and black seed for a medium viscosity blend. Their butter is fantastic. Their wash and conditioner are absolute go-tos, you guys. They have banger after banger scent, whether you want a strong, fragrant cologne that's going to last all day and a matching spray cologne to go with it, or if you want to get something that's all natural from their Essential and Absolute line, that's not going to be as strong. What's up, William? That's not going to be as long lasting, but it is pure natural. This company has you covered, guys. Sincerely fantastic stuff. And by the way, there is a new scent dropping on Friday. New scent dropping on Friday. I don't know what that illustration is, but we will keep it. There's a new scent dropping on Friday. I will have a review video to tell you guys all about it. But this company is active. They support this community. They do so much for this beard industry in such a short amount of time. Guys, straight up, if you have not tried, just check some of the comments in the chat. They're going crazy here. Deadman's is fire. Deadman's is fire. Bryant, fire. Look at this, man. And he even's in here and saying, I appreciate each and every one of you. I love that. Kevin says, Deadman's has been so good to us, and they make excellent products. Yeah, Fresh Forest. Awesome. Ordered my monthly order, Fortnella Orange this month. Nice. So far, I have only used Deadman's unscented. Works awesome in my gray beard. Rodney says, hands down, Deadman is officially the best line of products I've tried. Wow. Huge statement there. The best line of products he has tried. Jordan was late to the Deadman's party, finally tried, and they've moved into my top 3 very quickly. The quickness is something that I'm not exaggerating. It is so impressive how quickly they become a favorite. Love everything I've tried. Definitely worth the money. Deadman's is amazing. Bryant has a great product line, one of my top 2. I just got my second order from Deadman's in. I thought Octane's LCW is the best wash I've used, but Deadman's got them on the run. Both of those are tippity top. Yep, tippity top. Ooh, Tony, I got you. Great question. All right, tried Deadman's, and I love it. Agreed by Mike. Great oil, amazing scents, and in the top of my rotation, man, that blend has everything under the sun. Yeah, that carrier blend is fire. Deadman's has it all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great feedback, you guys. Amber loves Deadman's. What's up, Kevin? Welcome. Ken says, felt amazing with my long beard, feels amazing with my professional beard. Okay, when I started reading that, I was like, oh, is there a butt coming here? We were talking about peach emojis earlier. And Greg says, wearing Fortinella today for the first time, really liking it. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, quite smart. I have starred your question. We will hit that at the question segment, so stay tuned. What is their best scents from their all-natural line? Adam, you know I have no problem telling scents. Try this one, try that one. I love them equally. Now, outside of the line, I don't love them equally. There are scents that he has that are not in my wheelhouse, that I don't enjoy. A cherry tobacco, not my thing. I love, outside of this line, I love Agave Tides, Arctic Breeze, and Fortinella Orange are going to be my tippity top favorites. But every single one in the essential oil line, every single one is completely perfect and a banger. Yep, absolutely a banger. All right. Michael, I got you started as well for a question. Yep. So does this oil have that magic it factor? It does. Yep. Straight up MG. I don't usually like strong statements like that. This has that it factor. And I think those comments that you've seen from the consumers in the chat really back it up. It has that it factor. For something to rise that quickly on my list and in my rotation, it has to have something different, has to have something special, and they really do. Deadman's is great. I've only had their products for a week and love it so far. Customer service is top notch. I was an oil short, emailed support within an hour, had a response and a resolution. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? You said it perfectly, Dan. You can go FO, you could go EO. It's a win-win. Yep. Obsidian is another great one. Yeah. Yep. It really is another great one. So, yes. And Ken says to MG, this one has a really great chance. Yep. Lorenzo just got his second set and is awesome. Yeah, no, I hear you, Jacob. I hear you, man. No doubt about it. Yep, no doubt about it. Justin is loving Deadman's, tied for 2 for me, and my number 1 is JR. Awesome, dude. Okay. Bryant says, okay, taking a break from work. I'm not crying. You're crying. Bryant, for my question about next week, Wednesday, I think we have our answer. That answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. And Eric says, Agave Tides has become a staple for me. Just got my second order of that in the first of Fortinella, which will definitely be heavy in the rotation. Nice. Jake says, refreshed scent butter has to be my favorite nighttime scent. Dude, right there. All right. And Dynamite says, 3 don't misses from Deadman's: the wash, Fortinella oil, and refresh oil. What's up, Corey? Awesome. Awesome. Man, you guys have great feedback. Please, please, please get the wash. It's special. Refine from the EO line is perfected. Robert says, love Deadman. Some of the best scents in the beard community. Yes. 10 mil samples. Yes, sir. So you guys know how I am with my woodsy, earthy scents, and Fresh Forest immediately cracked my top 3 list. And to be honest, Fireside Retreat is right behind it. Dang. Dave says, man, I got to get these comments in, guys. I promise we'll get to the advice. Love Deadman's, wearing Arctic Breeze today. Love how it makes my beard feel all day when I wear it. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Not competing, but going. Oh, cool. Good, Jacob. I'll be there, man. Good to see you. Buddy says, love Agave Tides. Yes. Amazing. Jeffrey, my buddy, says, Deadman's has been so good to me. Plus, he communicates with me and really cares what you think. If you're happy with his products, truly a quality operation. Man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. I love that. All right. Awesome feedback, you guys. Awesome feedback. And look at Corey. Corey's coming in with the support. I'm actually putting refresh oil in my beard right now. Love the blend of lemon, lime, and peppermint. Me too. Me too, man. Very cool. All right, guys. So you see that's our sponsor tonight. If I could ask one thing from you guys, if you have not already, if you have an Instagram and you do not follow them, please click the link in the chat and give them a follow. It's absolutely free. If you don't have Instagram, no worries. If you already follow them, you're amazing. But they make really good content. They're active. They respond on Instagram. So if you want to give them a follow over there, absolutely appreciated. And it is in the chat. That's just an easy way to support them for free. You don't have to spend a penny to be able to do that. So yes. Oh, wow. Robert says, I'm normally not a citrus scent person, but Fortinella is one of my favorites. There you go. There you go. That's awesome. Awesome. And by the way, tonight we're going to end the show with a $30 gift card. The show normally gets over about 10:30, you guys, so you can plan your bedtime and sleep and activities. About 10:30, we're going to do a $30 gift card to this company that you just heard all of those raving reviews. And Robert said about Kevin said about Robert's comment, same here about not normally liking citrus, but that one's a banger. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing, you guys. So, yeah. And Eric says, this is a product I don't use often. But he said, their balm is at the top of my list. So good and has amazing nourishing effect as well. Love that. All right, let's go ahead and get into the advice. Remember, it is pinned at the top of the chat, you guys. beardadvicelive@gmail.com. And if you have not, consider hitting the like button. It seems like a few people are missing, but I do appreciate it if you guys can check that one out. I just followed them. Awesome. Thank you, Damien. Okay, let's see who we have up first tonight. We have Mr. Chris DL. And he says, any ideas for me shaping or trimming? I have a long road to go, but this time, like you said, it's all about patience of it all. Thank you. Okay. So Chris is specifically looking for advice on shaping or trimming. Shaping or trimming. So if you have feedback for Chris, let's give him some feedback here and check this beard out. Dang. Okay, Chris. I see you. I see you, Chris. Amazing. Now, we do have two different sets of pictures. The one on the left over here is not with heat or styling as much. You can see the mustache is kind of over the lips here. And then on this one, you have the mustache kind of doing that nice little curly. You see the shape coming in here. It is wonderfully done. So, Chris, first thing I need to acknowledge is your styling is absolutely on par. On par. It is so good and is just dialed in perfectly. Now, to get back to your write-up, he said here, any ideas for shaping or trimming? I have a long road to go. So I think he's going big on this one. I believe he's going pretty big on this one. And so, yeah, I'm right here. Christopher says definitely needs more time. Length will go a long way with the shape. Yes, sir. Mike says let it grow. Now, I don't usually like giving the advice of let it grow or leave it alone, except for when it's just accurate. When it's just simple. Oh, yeah, and this is our guy right here, Mr. Deadlocked King. And it's just simply accurate. Now, Chris, the spot that's probably going to drive you the craziest, because you have a very similar beard texture and shape to mine, is going to be the sides. At least for me, by far my biggest problem area, just because the hairs are a little bit thinner. They lay a little bit different. You know, it's just a tough spot. But, dude, you have no transparency trimming. I do not recommend trimming the sides yet. There might come a day where we do make a line that kind of goes like this, but that day is not here yet. So I know that it's on your mind. I know that you're like, should I shape it? Should I trim it? I simply summarize with Leo right here. Keep doing what you're doing. I really mean this. Your styling is dialed in, absolutely dialed in. Just give it time. Just let it ride. You have a beautiful beard, man, and the mustache is going great. Brian approves of the mustache direction. Heck yeah. And Alan's right here on this one. Try not to touch it. As difficult as that can be, even if you go through a time, couple of weeks, a month or two, where it's not exactly how you like it, get through it. It's worth it. You can always trim later. You don't need to rush to the trimming. Yep, you don't need to rush to the trimming. And so, yes. And yeah, man, it just looks so good. So dang good on this one. And man, awesome. It's looking great, Chris. Those sides are where I do most of my trim for Kent. Awesome. Yeah. And if you were keeping it at this length, I would say, all right, yeah, maybe we can look at trimming the sides. But if you're going for bigger and you want, like you said, you had a long road to go, let's not touch it yet. Yeah, Kevin, I could see that for sure, similar to your beard. Yep. So he started on 4/11 this year. So we are, what, almost 4 months out? That's fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic growth. So keep it up. I hate giving this advice, but sincerely, you're doing a great job. Keep us posted. If you need to check in a month, 2 months, we got you. We're happy to help you out here. Looks really good. Really, really good. Awesome, man. Thank you, Chris. All right, Mike H here. July 31st. Oh, that's today. Straight up today. 1 year anniversary of my beard. Hey, if we can get a congrats to Mike in the chat. Literally today. Yeah, it's the 31st. Literally today is his year. That's so cool. Man, that's so cool. And Chris says, brothers, I really appreciate and love this family. Right back at you, man. Truly. All right. Oh my gosh. Michael says, not me, guys. We have so many Michaels. And he's right here. This is Mike H. All right. We got Mike on this one. All right. I started off clean shaven on the first clean shaven. Were you clean? No, just kidding. I started off shaving on the 1st of August, 2023, and I'm now at 7-inch mark. I made the mistake that most guys make when starting a year, and that is lining up and shaving the neckline. Yeah, I actually had somebody email me today and said, Dan, and they sent a picture like they would for this show, but they didn't want to be on the show. And they sent a picture of their neckline really early on, just like a couple of weeks in. And they said, hey, have I started my neckline at the right point to get to your beard? I want your beard. I said, unfortunately, no. My neckline's 100% natural. I did not touch mine. It is completely at the length. It's completely grown. There is nothing trimmed about my neckline. So, yeah, a lot of people definitely make that mistake. I continued to shave the neckline for months with it getting a little lower as the beard got longer. Eventually, I just went to the trimmer instead of shaving. And as of February 2024, I stopped completely shaving the neckline and trimming it. So unfortunately, that puts part of the neckline 6 months behind the rest of the beard. Very common, man. I can only imagine what my beard would look like had I not shaved the neckline. I wish I had found this community sooner. I believe I have a solid beard care routine based on all that I've learned here at Dan C's YouTube channel and through the Facebook community. Dude, thank you for those kind words. My wife, Jennifer, fully supports my beard journey through, and she's usually in the chat, right? Almost always hanging out with us or messaging. I know she had messaged on your birthday, if I remember correctly. I'm at a point where I'm going to need a new goal. I'm leaning towards the tweered, but I realize I'll probably at some point need to trim something somewhere, which may be difficult to do. Just looking for suggestions on what others have done and reach after reaching the year goal. Ooh, this is a cool one. So she's at work. Okay, we'll tell her we're thinking about her. Mike is at his year. We're going to see it on the next slide. His question is, what does he do next? For those of you that have done a year, what did you do the day after, the week after, the months after? Did you go for a 2-year beard? Did you trim it? Did you make a new goal? This will be cool. I like this one, Mike. Thank you for sending in, man. All right, let's go and check out Mike's. Oh, my God. Stop it. Goodness. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Okay. So Brandy says addition by subtraction. In most yeared cases, addition by subtraction is completely necessary. Completely necessary. However, here, I don't know anywhere we could make this beard better by trimming. Anywhere. That is just insane for how nice this beard is. Insane. So the question is, where does he go from here? I'm going to get a poll going with the best options that you guys put out there. RPG says, I retract my previous statement. The statement was before he saw the picture. Yeah, exactly, Dynamite. A tweered is a 2-year beard. Exactly, with no trims. Go for the 6-year. Okay, so we're going to do an option of going for the tweered of, and he needs a goal. I know Mike's background. I believe Mike has shared it publicly. I know he can share it in the chat if you'd like. I know his previous career required a lot of discipline, and people of discipline like goals. They like setting things and then trying to reach them. Leo says, when I got to that length, I saw a shorter beard within that I preferred and have maintained it since. Okay. All right. Good option there. And I do like your length of beard on you, Leo, right now. I really do. I just leave it alone. Okay. Chris says, I've done tweered with trims. I'm only 3 days from my yeared with no trimming whatsoever. I'm not planning on trimming anything when I get there. Okay. All right. Good feedback. Man. Okay. And he is retired law enforcement. Thank you. I knew that, obviously, but I just didn't know if that was something. I feel like you shared it publicly. And so oftentimes people of the law enforcement, of military, former athletes, they like goals. They like discipline. They like going for something. Yep, they like going for something. So I'm going to make a couple of poll options here. We're going to go with a tweered as an option, 2-year beard with no trimming. Okay. We're going to go with trim shorter and maintain. We're going to, oh, nope, ignore that. I don't want that poll. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, did I click off the wrong thing? I ended the wrong poll. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess up here, guys. All right, let me get the correct poll going. I want to make sure we have this exactly how we want it. Okay. We are going to go with tweered, which is a 2-year beard with no trims. We're going to go with trim to a shorter beard. We are going to go with maintain this length. And even though this doesn't seem to fit him, we're going to put in there grow with no plans, meaning he can adjust when he needs to. All right, guys, there is a poll in the chat. If you could, please pick one of those options. What should he be going for? And again, guys, the tweered is a goal. It's a commitment. If Mike puts that tweered and says, I'm going for 2 years, he's got to stick with it. Yep, he's got to stick with it. And so let's get your feedback in the chat on this one. Of course, oh my gosh, there's 3 of them that are almost even. Sounds like too many choices. It could be Toll Booth. That's fair. It definitely could be. So, oh man. Okay. Put your options in the chat, you guys. There's no wrong answer in this case. All of them are going to look amazing. And this is why we have this show. It's so diverse on the advice. It's so diverse on the feedback. The word tweered is tweered. Yeah. This isn't this or that. That is correct. We do have more than that on these ones. All right, Mark, you got to head back to work, dude. Thank you for stopping in, man. Hopefully you'll check the replay and maybe it'll pass some time on your work. All that matters is what does he want? And Mike, that's why he sent in. I don't think he knows. He says just looking for suggestions and what others have done after reaching the year goal. So we're just trying to help the man when you don't know. Just a little food for thought and feedback on this one. We're gonna let it go down a little bit more here, and then put your plan or your vote out there, guys. And Leo says growth with no plan or maintain. When it looks great to you and your wife, hold there until your assessment changes. That's fair. Jordan says, I don't think there's a bad option. Ultimately up to you and how you want to play it. I aspire to have a beard that looks that glorious. Man, that was very kind. Purdy. That's a fact. All right, we're going to end this bad boy. It's close right now. 3, 2, 1, and boom. All right. This was close, but Mike, I actually firmly believe the chat that is the best option. Just enjoy not having a goal or a commitment after today. Just enjoy being able to trim when you want. Just enjoy being able to say, you know what? I want to switch it up. I want to change this up here because your beard is so dialed in. It is so wonderful. I would say go here. And Mike says, if it was up to the wife, it would be 4 inches shorter. And I hear you. I understand what that's like, but she sounds like she's very supportive and wants what you enjoy and wants what's best for you. Also, by the way, guys, I ask on Mondays, but Wednesdays, what are you guys sipping on tonight? Just some water for me. This week has been by far my worst week of water of 2024. It's atrocious. It is not a good week of water. We are just all over the place. We're eating out. It's been all over the place. So when I can get my water in, I really try to. So yeah, let us know in the chat, guys. What are you guys sipping on? If you don't mind sharing, I like to see what people's got in the cups. Mike, thank you for sending him in. That was a really cool one. Keep us posted on what you do. You are a legend, dude. Absolute legend, man. Yeah, no doubt about it. Okay. Oh, nice. Here's some really good feedback for you. With a beard that seems very similar to yours on the epic level and on the color. Kenny Myers says, great beard. I had same questions. Barber talked me into keep growing. No regrets. Kenny, that's a great barber. Oftentimes, barbers will talk you into a shorter style, so you have to continue to come back to them for maintenance trims. That is a barber that's giving advice over money, and I respect that. I respect that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. If anybody, I'm looking at some right now, Amber. Why did you put that in my head? Amber, that's not fair. If anybody lives in the Columbus area, I don't care if you have celiacs. I don't care if you don't eat gluten. I don't care if you do eat gluten, any of that. Legitimately, Sam and I, so if you guys don't know, I have celiac disease. My 3 kids have celiac disease as well. Sam does not, but she doesn't eat gluten. We had the best, and I've been celiac for my whole life, obviously, but have been not eating any wheat or gluten for the last like 13 years, somewhere in that ballpark, 12, 13 years. We had the best gluten-free donuts of our entire celiac life. Of our entire celiac life, guys. It is a place called Gluten-Free by Dip. Look up like Dipped Donuts, Gluten-Free Columbus, something like that. You'll find it, but I believe the name on the sign is Gluten-Free by Dipped Donuts. Oh my God. They have cake donuts that are fried. And then they have gluten-free yeast donuts. You never see yeast donuts, ever, that are gluten-free because we don't have flour, right? We have to use other things like potato flour, sourdough, like all these different ingredients that you can have, rice flour. Oh my gosh. If you're in the Columbus area, you need to go try gluten-free by Dipped Donuts. Man. And on topic question, Ken says, if you and Sam kiss after she were to eat gluten, would your mouth swell and feel sick? No. So I don't get swelling from gluten. I have 2 major symptoms that happen. One is my stomach immediately puffs out like it's got a beach ball in it. It gets rock hard. It is like bloated isn't a fair term for that. Bloated is not enough. It pushes out like I'm 12 months pregnant, and it hurts unbelievably. The other side of it is I get very, very, very severe migraines. I'll actually know the migraine is coming before the migraine hits. I'll start to see like black little dots, and I can't start, and one of my eyes will go like pretty much blind. It'll go black. I don't feel anything yet. My head doesn't hurt yet, but it's like impending doom that this life altering migraine is coming. Absolute worst. Worst case scenario is something like my son Jack's. Essentially, what happens when you have like severe celiacs or like real celiacs, not talking like intolerance, which is real too. But our body sees wheat, gluten, malt, barley as a foreign invader that's trying to hurt us. So our body does all these things to try and fight that foreign invader. Well, Jax, when he was very young, he had some kind of cross-contamination with gluten. His body freaked out so much that his intestines telescoped inside of each other. I say it wrong, I believe, but it's called intussusception, something like that. And his body, like when people make fun of gluten-free and stuff, they don't realize his body freaked out by just like a crumb, like an actual crumb, so bad that his intestines telescoped inside of each other. Yeah. So if you want a best gluten-free donut, and we've scoured the entire country, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but we've looked a lot of places, and the gluten-free by Dipped Donuts is the best of the best. Yep, the best of the best. Man, it's so good. So good. All right, John, I've starred your question there. But good question, Ken. Yeah, no, it's horrible, and I'm very good at it now. We are really dialed in. But if something, I don't have the ability to cheat. I don't have the ability to say, I'll risk it. It gets bad, 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 bad. And so I'm seriously tired of looking at myself. Sorry, Mike. We'll go on to the next one. That's hilarious. I left it up there because it makes the show look good, Mike. People like this participating with the show is good for my street cred. So thanks, man. You look amazing. You look amazing. But I will move on. Yep, I will. I will move on. So yeah, gluten-free donuts. At least you have some form of outlet. I couldn't live without donuts. Donuts are Sam's number one, more than any food, more than any dessert, more than any drink, more than probably any person, myself included. Donuts are Sam's number one. And yeah, these ones are amazing. All right. Next one up, guys, we have Mr. Drank in the chat. And he says here's my update. I've been doing the whole drinking at least a gallon of water a day. Thank you for the reminder. Uh, Dan is this washing and conditioning my beard on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Just wash on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then on Sundays, I strip my beard down. Dude, love the routine and rotation. On the days I wash and condition, I use oil and then my heated brush at 300. Nice. And then balm later on in the night. And later that in the night, I use butter. On the days I just wash, I use oil and balm, then butter later on. In the days I strip my beard, I don't use anything. As you can see, I need a small trim because I've been taking biotin supplements. Let's go. And been taking them 30 minutes before eating my last meal. Perfect. As you can see at the bottom, I need a little trim, but here's my thing. My left side is a little fuller than my right side, and I'm not sure why because I sleep on my left side. Interesting. As you can see, I'm wearing the same shirt, and it says that's what I do. I grow a beard, and I know things. I love that. Definitely got to buy one for you, Dan. But there's the update. Bonus points for what you can tell me is the biggest difference is between my before pictures and after. I once again humbly say thank you to Dan and the community. Love you guys. Love you too, man. All right, so guys, anytime bonus points are thrown out there, you know we got to get crazy. So if you can tell the biggest difference between the before pictures to the after pictures, this is where it's at here. Okay, so let's go ahead and check. I want to make sure, Drake, I think all the pictures you sent in were the after pictures, right? I went back to get the before ones. I want to make sure in the chat on this one real quick, if Drank, you can confirm the pictures you sent on this one are all of the after pictures. Let me be sure here. I think it is. Unless he has me second guessing. No, I think he has. Let me make sure on this one because it got me confused just a little bit. All right, Deadlocked King says, "Got to run, y'all. You have an awesome night. Thank you so much for the compliments, love and respect. Awesome. All right, well let's check out Drank here on this one, and Michael, we got you, man. We got you. Let's go ahead and check out the pictures. And if for any reason, Drank, this is not the correct picture, let me know and we'll make a real-time adjustment, but I believe it is. All right. Yep. Okay, perfect. Here we go, guys, on the series of adjustments to this beard. Oh my goodness. So we start over back here when he first sent it. That's one. And then we have two, and then followed by three, which is current. Oh my goodness. Look at, okay, perfect. Good. All the ones you sent in are new. Perfect. And guys and girls out there, please make sure you're live real quick. Just a reminder, just like any stream, YouTube will buffer and load and all that stuff. How do you check your live? Activate your screen, and there should be the word live on your video. If it has a red dot, you are live. You're good. If there's not, refresh the stream. Okay. So, I mean, unbelievable difference. And this is what this show is about here. Drank, I'm going to say the biggest difference between the left and right would be dialed in use of heat. That would be my thing, unless he's talking about something different here that doesn't have to do with the, I mean, I guess the headset, that's different. Is it the headset? I'm not sure. Yeah, but it looks amazing. All right. But to his question on this one, he is saying that his left side of his beard is shorter. Where did it go? Let me make sure we get this right. He said, my left side is a little fuller than my right, and he sleeps on the left. Okay. So, Drink, in this situation, I don't think you're ready for a trim yet. I don't think you're ready for a trim. If anything, if you're looking for advice on trimming, maybe the mustache a tad just to get it off the lip line, but that's just a comfort thing and completely up to you. But other than that, I don't know on the trim. I could see a squared bottom. Jason, you're not wrong on that one. It's the smile. Ooh. Jeff G, you might be right. Is it the smile? I think Jeff is right. Interesting. Smiling versus frowning. Yeah, Ralph said it. If anybody else said it, I'm sorry. I missed it. Interesting. I like that. I like that. I think the glasses are the same. I tried to dial in. Yeah, I tried to dial in. All right. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but should Drank be conditioning on the stripping days? So it is fine to strip and not use anything afterwards if your skin type can handle it and your hair can handle it. For me, stripping and then not using conditioner is a horror story. That is terrifying. Yep, absolutely terrifying. And I I don't think that it's a thing where it's like, no, you have to use conditioner. However, if you were to ask me, right, if Ty were to come to me and say, hey, Dan, should I use conditioner after stripping my beard? My answer would be yes. My answer would be yes on that one. It's the smile. I love that. I love that. Awesome. Okay. So essentially, he's saying the left side of his beard is fuller than the right side of his beard, but he sleeps on the left. So, Drank, we've talked about this, and I'm going to do a video on it. I just haven't found the right way to do it in my style yet to have enough information, enough meat on the bone. You know what I mean? Your hair grows in a cyclical pattern. So it starts somewhere. Usually it's on the crown above one of your ears. Yep. Usually it's on the crown above one of your ears. And it grows around your head, wrapping down under, and then comes back to the other side. Where it starts and finishes is oftentimes where the start is on the head hair is usually the strongest part. And then the beard, where it finishes, is usually the weakest part. So I would bet that the right side of your beard is a little bit weaker because that's where that pattern is ending. And a lot of barbers know this. This is one of the few things they teach in barber school that's relevant to beards. And it goes around the head. So I don't think you have much of an issue there. I don't think you're ready to trim yet. I think we need to let that breathe for a couple of weeks, send back in, and then we'll get you dialed in. Yep, and then we'll get you dialed in. Yeah, absolutely. Bearded dudes should smile more. I agree. I think the smile helps break stereotypes. It breaks stigmas and is a really good thing, really, really good thing to be able to do. So, yeah. And then a great question here by, where did he go? By Jay. He says, what is a stripping day? I wash and condition. Is washing condition bad? So, Jay, a stripping wash is one that has a higher pH level, something like soap. A stripping wash usually is in the pH range of 9, 10, and 11. You are coming to us, you said, from True North. They have a great daily gentle wash, and that one is in the pH range of around 5.5. I recommend washing 6 days a week with a gentle wash, and then one day, the other day, with a stripping wash. And I do not recommend using conditioner more than every other day. I do believe you should have wash days with no conditioner afterwards. Using too much conditioner can build up. It can clog pores. It can weigh the beard down and make it not style as well, not grow as fast. There can be some issues with over conditioning. And yes, I'm someone that gives beard product recommendations for a living. I'm someone that has an affiliate with beard companies for a living, a career, and I'm telling you to use that product less, to not use it as many days. Too much of a good thing can be bad. So just something to keep in mind there. Too much of a good thing can be bad. So yes. And I always condition and always use oil. I never let it dry. Yeah, I don't have any days without oil either. My skin is way too dry. Yep, way too dry. All right, John, I've starred your question. We will hit that one. We'll hit that one shortly. Okay, Michael, I've starred your question as well. That's a good one. I've tried using nothing for a day after stripping. I don't know if it's an actual thing, but letting the beard breathe felt really wild, not uncomfortable at all. Yeah, hey, for some people it works. It just doesn't work for me. Yeah, it just doesn't work for me. Hey, what's up, Jace? What's going on, man? So yeah, great beard, man. Great beard. Don't do it yet. Okay. Accepting money. Accept money. Too much of a good thing can be bad. Yeah, okay. All right. All right. And oh, love this. Corey says, Dan, I have a new staff member listening in the background, and he's asking what I'm watching. Could you and or the chat give him a brief explanation on what you do and what this community is about? Absolutely. Welcome to that staff member. My name's Dan. I have a YouTube channel. I am a former middle school history teacher. I am a former water polo coach, swim coach, public speaking advocate. I wore a lot of hats. I now have a YouTube channel all about helping people have the best beard possible, all about building a community and bringing people together based on positive vibes and support and camaraderie. And this show specifically is one where people can, in real time, send in pictures of their beard, ask for advice on specific things. So like, should I trim? Should I style? How do I reach this goal? And then as a community, we give feedback, and then oftentimes they come back and share updates to show how it's going. And it's 100% free. We also do giveaways. We also have an entire chat that's completely open. Now, if you guys notice, when we do these streams, I always launch them beforehand. There's a full party in the chat hours, days before the live stream even begins. It's a genuine community. And again, you don't have to pay a penny for it. It is 100% free. I've never charged a viewer anything. Right? There's ways to support like memberships and super chats and using affiliate codes and sharing streams and all that stuff can support, but it's never required. Never once is something that you have to do. And the community is just so much more than beards. You'll be amazed at what taking care of your beard does for your mental health. You'd be amazed at what taking care of your beard does for your physical health, where you start drinking more water, eating more protein, looking at the ingredients on your body wash, your shampoo, your deodorant, even your toothpaste, and you'd be amazed at what being around positive, what being around supportive people can do for your mindset and just kind of belief in humanity. It's an amazing, amazing community that shocks me on a regular basis. Sincerely shocks me on a regular basis. So yeah, great question. I do love that. Okay. And Ken, you're wild, man. And yes, I do also have a Facebook group that is called Commands Corner. It's another Facebook group that's free. We just did $100 gift card giveaway yesterday. We do deals. There's a question of the day every day. I don't know if you guys realize, I've had that group now for like 4 years. How difficult it is to come up with fresh questions every single day to drive conversation and to keep it positive and not controversial. This is it's a special place, man. It really is. Yeah, really, really special place. Corey says, thanks, Dan. I really appreciate it. No, thank you for asking. That was awesome. What's up, Joshua? Welcome, man. Awesome. All right. Beautiful. Thank you, Joseph. Joseph says, pretty good explanation. Thank you. All right. I think we have one more. Here's our last one for tonight, you guys, on advice. Then we'll get some questions, and then we'll give a giveaway. The timeline is shaping up very nicely here. Okay, thanks everyone for giving advice. Everything is truly working. Just want to show y'all the progress from when I called in first to now and get some more advice. So Justin's got kind of a two-part thing here. We've given Justin advice, and now he wants to show the update and then just say, hey, do you guys have any other feedback for me? Is there anything else that I should know about this beard? And by the way, everybody, almost every single week, let's say we have a beard like this one, almost every single week, I'm giving real, like, on-the-spot advice, like, trim like this. And we draw lines. We say, hey, go with the mustache here, do this. It just has been a little bit different tonight because it hasn't really been needed yet. But we do, like, give tangible things people walk away with almost every week. However, I'm not going to give advice just for the sake of giving advice. Hey, what's up, Josh? So just something to consider. Let's go ahead and check out our guy, Justin. What's up, man? Man, that's looking good. Your beard is growing. It is, Mike, your beard is growing and is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Blanco, I've starred your question, and we will hit that one. And here's Justin in the chat, you guys, Jay Summers on this one. And so he's looking for advice, and he highlighted the cheek region. So I think what he's saying here is either this side is a little bit stronger over here than this side, or he's saying these are the, hey, what's up, Cameron? These are the weak spots on his beard. Justin, my advice is continue with your beard health, your beard focus, your beard journey that you're doing right now. It has already, in a short amount of time, come such a far way. It is a completely different beard and look. It looks awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, the cheeks, leave that alone. Leave it alone. If you want to do something, there are stimulator oils on the market. Dr. Nick's has a great one. Copper John's has a great one. And actually, I think Justin has one. I think Justin is using Dr. Nick's, now that I think about it. I think he is. Yeah, I think he is going to, I think he is using that one. And so, yeah. Okay, and he says, the cheeks are doing great. I just want to show him the cheeks were like bare, and then now those two spots. Dude, that's awesome. Keep up what you're doing there. Now, the only trim, because you said you were looking for advice, the only trim I think you have to look for here is what Ken is saying. He said, no, I'm not. I'm working with someone on one. Oh, cool. Awesome, man. The only advice that you really have to decide between is what Ken is saying here. Trim the chin slightly to allow the mustache to catch up. Fade your beard more into a beard stash type of beard. So I don't recommend the second part with the fading the beard into like more of a beard stash. However, I can see it, and it's not wrong. It's not bad advice by any means. But what Ken is saying here is maybe you take the chin portion down a little bit just to kind of give a little bit more balance and kind of even the beard out. I don't know if I would go to that right now, but again, he's not wrong. If you were like, Dan, I want to balance it out more, I'm going to trim just a half an inch off the bottom of the goatee area. Man, it definitely can cut his beard. He did significantly cut his beard. Something involving exotic women. I'm not going to go into any more than that, but no exaggeration there. So he did cut his beard. So you definitely have options at this time. If you came to me one-on-one and you said, hey, Dan, my guy, my bro, my friend, do I do this little trim to even it out, or do I keep it and stay where it's at? I would keep it for now. You've come so far. We don't know exactly what those cheeks and the sides are going to do yet. Maybe give it a couple of weeks more, and we will kind of get to see where it's at. But very cool. And again, always appreciate an update. We always love seeing how it's been working. So, dude, thank you for that. That was awesome. Okay. Neurotic. No, exotic women. Exotic women. All right. I'm going to get your guys' questions. We'll take these for about 10 minutes on this one. Yeah, we need about 10 minutes on this one. And then if there are more, I will get to those ones. Yes. All right. Eric said, Michael, I just took a big jump on coaching up to a high school team. Any help on dealing with the really poor sportsmanship of some of the boys on the team? Dude, hey, yes. So for how many years did I coach for polo? I coached water polo for 16 years. 16 years on the varsity level. I've also coached from 5-year-olds all the way up. So I've seen every level. And high school boys specifically really lack. Hey, what's up, Flag? Just arrived in New Zealand. Super cool. High school boys oftentimes lack sportsmanship because they're undisciplined, their hormones are raging, and above all, they're trying to impress people by being what they think they should be, right? By what they think they should be. Number one, at the start of the season. Yep, at the start of the season. And I mean, it needs to be in writing, it needs to be talked about, and it needs to be done in a parent meeting Set your expectations with consequences very clearly. All right. Set your expectations and have consequences very clearly. Have a player code of conduct and stick to it. And when there is a time, hear my tone, hear my intentions. You guys know me on this one. When there is a time and an opportunity that's appropriate and legitimate, set the example. I don't care if that's your captain. I don't care if that's your star player. I don't care if they're at the end of the bench. Oh, excuse me. That was all right, Mad Jack, take care. I don't care who they are. Set the example and make sure they miss games. If they are being unsportsmanlike, make sure they miss games. And yes, unfortunately, high school soccer is atrocious for sportsmanship. The local high school soccer teams around here, they can have all out brawls. High school soccer is the worst for sportsmanship because of a nasty blend of, generally speaking, the best high school age boy soccer players do not play high school. They stick with club. They go to academies. They go internationally. The best U.S. high school players do not play for their school almost entirely. And I'm talking the best of the best. So that leaves the field of play where in something like basketball, almost all of them play. Something like football, almost all of them play high school. You check the last Heisman winners of the last 20 years, they all played high school. I went to high school with Mark Ingram. They all play. In soccer, they don't. So the pool that's left of high school soccer players is not the top end talent. And the problem with that is when you don't have as much talent and skill and understanding of the game, they get physical, they get dirty, they get aggressive, they get unsportsmanlike, and it's bad. So soccer is the worst one. So Eric, make your expectations loud and clear, and then when the opportunity comes up, you set the example, right? You set the example. I had a couple of things I did every year when I was coaching. For example, there was one practice a year. I always threw the entire team out of practice, always, the entire team. But it was always earned. I never forced it. I never made it into a situation that was like, wow, he's just doing his thing. I waited till there was a really crappy day. I waited till there was a really bad vibe, really bad moment, and I would get super serious. Get out of this now. And then they go in the locker room, and every time, too, I would stand by the locker room door and maybe give it a year or two in between. I'd stand at the locker room door, and I would listen for someone to say something about me, right, under their breath. They all respected me. They feared me a little bit, but they respected me entirely. So I'd wait for them to say something like, oh, he sucks. And I would scream in there, get out, no. And I'd go off. And I set that example that I do not accept poor attitudes, that I don't accept poor sportsmanship. So Eric, right away, early set that example and then stick true to it. Too many coaches say, we do not tolerate bullying. We do not tolerate bad sportsmanship. And then the best player on the team does something unsportsmanlike, and they're like, oh, I can't sit them. I can't do that. Their parents will be mad. The athletic director will get upset with me. No, screw them. Those people don't matter. You got to do what's right and set that example. You got to set that example. And so, yes, I do love that question, man. Thank you. And then on this one, I don't know this answer. Ken says, why are soccer players so beardless compared to other professional sports? Right. Because you cannot say they run more. Well, that's basketball does a whole heck of a lot of running. Hockey does a ton of skating, right? There's a lot to that. Football players do a lot of running. You know, there's a lot of sports that do these things. Oh, aerodynamic. No, all these things. What about soccer does not lend itself to beards? And please keep it mature and professional in the chat on this one. If you could for me, derogatory things towards soccer players would not be appreciated here because they're usually just ignorant and not true. There's got to be a reason to this. Is it hard to see through the beard? No, not at all. No. I mean, you're looking down, so that's a difference. But a beard does not impact my vision forward, diagonally down. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. Shirt pulling. Pulling could be a factor. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of pulling in soccer. If you blow by somebody and embarrass them, they're going to pull. So, yeah, that beards can be yanked. I think that might be the answer. Yeah, I think tugging on it might be the answer. It's kind of like dreadlocks in football when that was like a big rule and a big thing. I think that might be it. They're scared that somebody's going to pull on it. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I think that. Any bearded players only have short beards? Yeah, I mean, there's like on Man City, Gavardiol has a nice, decent beard. There's a couple of them that do. But yeah, but we don't see short beards though, right? We do. Yeah, there's a lot of short beards for soccer players. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of short beards. We just don't see the substantial baseball beards, basketball beards, that we see. Culture, yeah, yeah. Could it have to do with these countries just aren't as bearded as others? Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Dan, your son could be the yeah. I would love that, James Harden. Yeah, no doubt. Is it the cultures and ethnicity of soccer players are less genetically prone? So let's take a look at the best soccer playing countries in the world. Generally speaking, Europe and South America. Spain, they can grow some beards. England, they can grow some beards. Argentina, I'm not sure, but could. Brazil, they can grow some beards. Yeah. But culturally, maybe. Maybe. True. Jason has a good point. Headers are a big part of the game. And as you jump, your beard would go up. Maybe it gets in the way of your face. That's true. Wonder what the most bearded sport is. I'm going to say hockey. That's a good question. I would say hockey. I actually like this question. This might be worth a video topic. I might write this down real quick. I like this. I'm going to write this down real quick. I don't know exactly where it's going to go. It's like getting a joke as a comedian. There's a kernel of something here. I just don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. All right. Most bearded sport. I like that. Okay. Yeah, the European style could be shorter beards. Yeah. What country has the most beards? India. They have the most people, and especially when you put in religion and culture, that one's not even up for debate. India definitely has the most beards in the world, and it's not even close. Yeah, it's definitely not even close. So, okay. All right. Messi and Salah have beards. Yeah, I mean, yes, they do have beards. I guess the question would be, why don't we see as many like substantial beards? Because I agree with you. I don't think we should discount and say that they don't have beards. And Salah does not have head hair now. So yeah, hockey first, Yankees, yeah, NBA, NFL, then soccer, yeah. Hockey's definitely first though. Yeah, hockey's definitely first, no doubt. Good question, Ken. I like that. Okay, beard knots would work. Yeah. Yep, beard knots would work for sure. For sure. Cricket might be the most bearded sport. That's fair. Yeah. All right. Miles says all kinds of advice, right? Well, I started a new job at the end of March. I remember that. I had been at a previous job since 2014. Well, anyway, another company is to make me an offer tomorrow. Is it okay? Is it okay to forego it? Okay. So Miles just took a new job after 10 years at a previous job. He has a new offer. Should he go for it? Let's do a poll in the chat, guys. All right, there's a poll in the chat. Should he go listen to that offer or no? Stay at this new job because it's only been March, April, May, June, July. It's only been 4 months at this new one. What do you guys think? Yes? Okay. And Arden, who is a very wise man, says, I did that once. Go for it. Yeah, I caught that. Thank you, Leo. Yeah, not forgo it. Yeah, go for it. Thanks, Leo. I think he's asking about checking about the pay and seeing where it's at. The poll is pretty strongly yes. I think yeah, and that's true. Miles, do what's best for you. Companies are not always loyal. Yeah. At least hear them out. I think you have to hear them. Yeah, I think you have to at least go and listen to them. Whoa. Pay is 40K. $40,000 more? Miles, I want to put something in perspective real quick though. And yeah, Mike, good point. Good point here. I want to put something in perspective here. The first 5 years of my teaching career, with, by the end of it, 2 master degrees, by the way. The first 5 years of my teaching career, literally my pay was $37,000. Let that sink in. By the way, I was married and had a child during that time. The first 5 years, literally 5, my teaching pay was $37,000, and there was no steps. We were frozen. There was no cost of living increase, no pay at all that went up. $37,000 a year was what I was paid. Now, a big point. Don't base it solely on money. Is money a factor? Oh my gosh, yes. But I'll give you an example. Too many talented teachers get pushed into administration. Yep, exactly here. Get pushed into administration because on paper they make more money, when in reality, per hour, you make much less as a principal. In reality, per dollar, there's much more stress as a principal. So for me, as someone that got a degree, a master's degree in administration, it was not worth the other things, even though on paper there was a huge pay increase, probably about 40,000. So you do have to check out the other aspects, but that's where you hear them out. And he says, I've worked with many before at each company. Both are great places. You at least got to go hear them, Miles. Yep, you got to go hear them. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Stress is huge. Stress is dang near everything. Yeah, awesome. All right, let me get through these questions quick, guys. I might not be able to hit every question tonight just to respect the time, and I don't know if Sam is staying up because I'm I'm right next to the door and a little bit loud. So I might not be able to get to all of them, but I will try my best. I will try my best. And great comments out there, guys. Yep, great comments out there. All right, Caden, I'm glad to read that message, man. I remember that teaching situation. Got a present. Bath and Body Works products. Ingredients include silicone. It's some of the worst stuff I've ever seen. The Bath and Body Works beard stuff is some of the worst products I've ever seen. Let me put this out here, MG. You guys know I put a lot of crap into my beard. A lot of crap into my beard. This one, so far, I'm not going to say never because I'm not going to draw that line. So far, I refuse to put this product in my beard because I think it might hurt it. That's how bad I think their products are. He said, I tried them anyway. Honestly, felt good in beard, conflicted, dump and move on or keep using. Dump and move on, please. The real big problem with silicone is it can feel okay and give you a fake feeling of good. I'm telling you from my heart, from my chest, it's not. It's a slippery slope, and it will end with your beard doing atrociously. I've been doing this for over 6 years now. I've heard this exact situation way too many times where someone's like, I tried it. It wasn't that bad. I kept using it. And then 3-4 months later, I get an email that they're in tears. I'm not exaggerating, in tears saying, I had to shave because I had a breakout. I had to shave because my beard was on fire. I had to shave because I had beard pimples. My beard's not growing. Oh my gosh, what did I do? You used crap. MG, toss it. Or use it as like door hinge lubricant. Put it on the somewhere that you can use it. This is some of the worst stuff out there, and silicone will trick you. If you don't believe me, ask any lady in your life that uses silicone hair products. They're stuck and they're trapped because they can't get away from it. It gives it an unhealthy look, an unhealthy feel, or no, it gives it a healthy look. It can give it a healthy feel, but so many people that are dependent on silicone products complain about the health, complain about shedding, complain about brittleness, complain about all these things. It's not good. It's not good. Yes, significantly worse than beard, guys. Significantly worse than beard pudding, even though the beard pudding is closer. Yeah, closer. But it's bad. Yep. Door hinge lubricant. Yeah, it works. Yep. Yep, it works. Yeah, silicone feels okay. Yeah, I agree. Silicone can trick you. Silicone can trap you. It feels okay. But I'm telling you guys with passion, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. Tony says, how do you get kids to work harder at practice? So for me, the only thing that matters at practice, especially on the younger ages, is engagement. If they're engaged and personally invested, they'll do anything. So the easiest way to give engagement is competition and fun, right? We threw out earlier on the chat a bonus award. Throw out silly bonus things. Yep. Throw out little golden sticker bonuses. Instead of just doing like a scrimmage, do a World Cup, and they get to. And Tony knows all this stuff, I know for sure. But just anybody that wants to hear, make them pick like Portugal and do all these things, and think through engagement first. If they seem like they're dragging and dreading, they're not going to get better. They work harder when they're having fun. They work harder when they feel that invested interest and know why they're doing something. And they work harder when you care. When you show them that you're passionate, when you show them that you care, they're going to work harder every single time. Kids that don't work hard are the coaches that are texting the whole time. The coaches that are complaining are like, it's so hot out here. Why am I here? Those kids don't work hard. But the coach that shows up and sets the example and is leading with engagement, man, it is so good. And exactly like Arden's saying here, their kids are competitive. And if they don't want to lose, they're going to go hard as heck. Hard as heck. So yeah, man, lead with engagement and competition. That's where it's fun. But then you do have to toe the line of sometimes if you're working on a skill or a drill and you add competition, they'll cut corners. They'll stop thinking about the why of why they're doing the drill. You got to reinforce it. You got to stop it situationally, a coach, and adjust and say, hey, I know you're trying to win, but you skipped that. I know you're trying to win, but you changed your footwork. And then sometimes maybe disqualify one team and say, no, you cheated over there. This team wins because they did it better. Not faster, but they did it better. So yeah, there's a whole lot to that. Love that, man. I'll talk that stuff anytime. Do you have any advice for me? I currently have a goatee and mustache, but I'm thinking about growing a beard, but nervous it's not going to look good because of patchy cheeks. Mr. Smile, please send into this show. We would love to have you next week. beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Please send it. Please send it. We would love to have you. Positive reinforcement as well. Yep, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. I like that. Yep, no doubt. Thank you, Miles. All right, and then let me see this one. Was buying shampoo and conditioner for the wife tonight at her request. Figured at least I could do much as buy beard stuff as I buy. Nice, Michael. What are the shampoos and conditioners for head hair you discourage? So if you're asking me which ones I discourage, Head and Shoulders, Suave, Dove, Aussie, anything that you're going to really find at a dollar store or a really budget place, those ones are not good. There are great head hair conditioners, shampoos. Right now I'm using Dr. Nick's. They have those. You can get some beard products with it. So yeah, those would be the ones that I would discourage. Next, John Evans says, next month I'm going on 7-day Alaskan cruise. Any recommendations for what oil to take? Light, medium, or thinking heavy? Thinking of being lazy and just the wash and oil. Go just wash and oil, totally fine. Take one of each. Alaska, you're going to get some cold, right? You're going to get some dry, but you might get some warm spurts. I would take a thin, a medium, and a thicker. Literally what I would take. John, how do you oil your flat top grill? Uh, is there any non Celtic oils? So I use avocado oil, John. I will use olive oil as well, but the main go-to for me for the Blackstone, for the griddle grill, the flat top, is avocado oil. We actually buy the spray ones from the store. Is it the best value? No, I know they're kind of cheating us, but it's so easy. It's so simple. It'll be humid. Oh, thank you, Ken. And actually, we have Thomas in here from Alaska. Thomas, if you have any feedback, dude, it would be better than mine. And Ken, you same, dude. Thank you for sharing. I would have assumed it was going to be near the glacial areas. It's going to be cold and dry, but I've never been there. So good feedback. So yes, and Amber uses avocado as well. All right. Chris says flaxseed is the best to use actually. Hey, to each their own, man. To each their own. I don't think there is a best, especially if you don't like the taste of flaxseed, because you are cooking for taste. So that one is not the best for me. If it's the best for you, kudos, man. Amber uses avocado. Lorenzo says avocado is awesome. I use avocado. There you go. So yeah, I use avocado oil. How hazardous is combing a dry beard? It's one of the worst things you can do, especially if you're not careful. Yep. Avocado has a very high smoke point, and that's one of the exact reasons why I use it. Yep, it's a great one, and it's not your traditional seed oil. So yeah, I love avocado. All right, and it's a superfood, so it can't hurt you. But yeah, combing a dry beard is tough. It's tough. Hey, Dan, do you recommend conditioning every third day? That's great. Yep, nothing wrong with that at all. Zero downfalls to conditioning every third day. I go every other day, but every third day is great as well. Does taking biotin during my daily fast period affect how it absorbs? Ooh, I quit drinking my coffee at clock out. I don't know, Max. Yeah, that's a really, really good one. Yeah, Leo, I hear you on the pastry brush for sure. I don't know. I don't know. If anybody has some thoughts on biotin absorption, on water-soluble vitamins, and with, I don't know, man. Good question. I'll table it and see what I can come up with on some research. That's exactly how my beard starts off. Then after a few months in, fills in fine. Heck yeah, that's great. Dan, any thoughts about water intake versus salt and electrolyte info about salt intake and beard health? Yep. So yeah, I don't have a rule of thumb because everybody's different on what they need for sodium and electrolytes. And mainly it comes down to your diet and if you should be supplementing more or not. This is another one. I wish I had more info. And this is the thing with me, guys, is I know a whole lot about beards. I will be adamantly confident. You guys know I have zero problem telling my thoughts and my information, even if it's controversial, right? We started the show with something a little bit more controversial on a comment from somebody. I don't mind sharing things. I don't know enough about salt and electrolytes to be able to share. I know you need, and I know if you are having some headaches and migraines, and you're drinking a lot of water, there's a chance that your sodium levels are low. I know we need them. They're very important. One of the only downsides to drinking more water is you might dilute your sodium and electrolyte levels. I do know that most Americans have too much sodium, and so it's usually not a problem. However, that's not everybody. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. A great question. What's the viscosity of Deadman's? Medium. Yep, medium viscosity. My father pulled me from a t-ball game as a kid because of the other parents. He would nearly fight every game. He wasn't in. Yeah. Definitely some. Yes, I've been there, Ken. Is there a limit to the number of times butter can be reset and melted down? Not really. No. Nope. Nothing really about them. Thoughts on ghee and beard? I have no idea. I like it. I'll write that down as an idea to look into, but nope, I have no idea on that one. Man, why are you guys getting me with the questions at the end that I don't know about? All right, I love this, guys. Amazing questions tonight. My goodness, those are some good questions tonight. So good. All right. And then let's go ahead and end with a huge thank you to our sponsor, Deadman's Beard Co. And yes, guys, next week is going to be the 200th episode. 200 episodes. My wife will be in studio with us. We'll be back home as long as everything goes according to plan. And we hope to see you guys there. Time to learn, bro, every day. There is not a day that goes by where I am not researching and learning. I don't really function without doing that. Sam will be like, what are you doing on your phone? Not like in a bad way, just like, what are you doing on your phone? Like researching copper levels and how it affects gray hairs, and how if you get the proper amount of copper in your system, you can bring back color and pigment to your gray hairs. Yeah. That's a research video right now. Return of the Sam. that is a research video right now. So yeah, stay tuned on that one, you guys. That one's kicking my butt, but there's some really good information. Yeah, some really, really good information. Learning how to learn is the most underrated skill by far. It is the enemy of complacency. Learning how to learn is the enemy of complacency. I just made that up, never heard that before, but it's accurate. Learning how to learn is the enemy of complacency. That is an absolute fact. Absolute fact. So, hey, thank you, Lorenzo. There is a link in the chat, you guys. Please click that link. Put your name, put your email. It is 100% free. It is a $30 gift card. And by the way, just as a reminder, as we get this show rolling here, Friday, 8 a.m., review video, new scent dropping from this company. I can't tell you what it's about. Can you teach me how to stop learning? No. Nope. I would have no concept. My brain doesn't stop, man. It's a curse. I stayed up most nights I stay up way too late just reading stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I want to know, Chris. If you find out, let me know. Yeah. Do we all get free beard on Monday night for courtesy? So yeah, I mean, I'm imagining next week we'll probably peak out around 150 people. Average beard oil right now is close to $20. We're talking what, $1,500 plus another we're talking about what, $3,000? No, sorry, I can't do that. He who stops learning stops living. Ooh. And then I get people like Chris and Leo and Arden and people that like always like give me food for thought, that don't stop letting me think and having to continue to push myself. Because now I'm just like, ooh, what about ghee? Ooh, what about, oh man, electrolytes and beard? Is there a magic equation? Is there something we can? Oh man, yeah. Oh man. All right, Eleanor Roosevelt. I like that. 10K per stream. I'm balling. I don't think I've made a penny. Oh man. All right, guys, there is a link in the chat. If you see your name on the screen, drop a comment at any time to claim your victory. What's up, Anointed? All right, I've never actually had ghee. I think it's some version of a butter, but that may have been a very ignorant thing to say. I don't really know much on that one. All right, here's our potential winner. As long as they are out there, I actually just recently said their name. So some of you are like, oh, he said my name recently. Is it me? It might be. Yeah, it might be. Clarified butter. Oh, okay. Clarified butter. Is that like, all right, again, very broken down butter. Is that, okay. I don't think this is correct, but help me out. Is that the butter that I dip crab legs in? Now, I haven't had crab legs in over 2 years, but is that the melted butter you dip? It is. Okay. I do know what ghee is. I've never heard it. I've just always heard it as clarified butter. Oh, I love that stuff. Crab legs are my favorite food on planet Earth. Oh, okay. We use it a lot in Pakistani cooking. Interesting. Okay. I've had it for, you separate the fats. Basically, you melt it, remove the long chain fatty acids. Drink. Oh, okay. I legit didn't know that. All right. Let's go ahead and see who this winner potentially will be. Dun, dun, dun. Do we have in the building Mr. Thomas? Come on down, 907. Thomas, are you out there? I just referenced him because he is in Alaska. If he's not right now, then you guys know the deal. But Thomas is always hanging and repping with us. Do we have Tomas? He's here. Hey, everybody. Shout out to the JP squad out there. If we can throw a congrats in the chat, Mr. Thomas, you won, dude. You did it. Congrats. I'll get this information over to Deadman's. And man, thank you guys for the kind words about Deadman's. Bryant, the owner, works very, very, very hard. And it's sometimes hard to not focus on little things and bad feedback and all that stuff. He 100% deserved to hear all those positive words from you guys. It's a company that I could not recommend any more strongly. All right, guys, the email is scrolling down below. It is beardadvicelive@gmail.com. I would love to have you on the show next week. It's episode 200. Let's make it special. Let's have a big boomer of a show and just have an amazing time, you guys. Other than that, if you have any questions that I missed tonight or you didn't want to ask tonight, or you're looking for advice like on the show, but you don't feel comfortable putting yourself out on the internet, send me pictures, send me a write-up. I do not have to save it for this. I answer every single message, every single email, every single comment with pride, and I love doing that. So if you guys don't mind, reach out. I'm here. If you just want to talk, you want to have a conversation, you want to pick my brain about coaching, about advice, solicited advice, unsolicited advice, anything, I'm an open book, guys. All you got to do is ask. All you got to do is reach out. Other than that, I am going to get out of here, go tell my beautiful wife good night. Everybody, please stay bearded.